Hi everyone, Nathan here from JS Powersports, and I always get asked to do a comparison between some of the different models of stand-up jet skis. And so today I'm going to take a little time to do it here. I'm sorry I do not have a Super Jet here today. It is pretty similar to the 750 Kawasaki over there, but I'll go through the rest of them here for you. So on the back of this 440/550 Kawasaki here, you're going to run the rear ends just a little under 21 inches. The Rickter here comes in at 20.5. This is a Rickter Edge. Then we've got a Ski Pro. Comes in at 21 inches also on the width. And then the Krash, this one's a little harder to see, but this one does come in at 22 inches across the back. And of course they all got different hull designs in the back, and how steep the chines come down and how long the ride plates are and so on. I'm a big fan of the way that Krash does a ride plate all the way to the back, so you never wind up nicking up any of your corners. That's kind of nice. These ones here you can see are a little nicked up. Now let's go have a look at the front here. On the 550 here, we're going to have basically about the point where the water's going to hit down here when you're riding. This one's 19. The Rickter also, again, hard to see, but right at 19. We step over the Kawi 750. That one's going to be 20 inches. And then the big difference is over here on this Krash. When you measure the front of the Krash all the way across, you get 24.5 inches, because on this foot rocket model, it has the built-in sponsoons already on it, making this a really wide and stable platform, especially for people learning new tricks. Now let's pop open the hoods and have some look there. I'm skipping the 550 here because everyone's seen inside one of them. So here's the Rickter Edge. Your engine is tucked down here a little bit back below. So if you do have to get into the mid shaft or anything back down in there, it is a little tight down in there. The rest of it up front here is not so bad. 750, most guys have seen it. Usually they have a giant pipe coming around. It takes up a lot of space in through here. But fairly okay to work on. And here we have one of the new Krash fuel injected models, and once again kind of low sides and fairly easy to get in here and work on most things, unless you got to get way down and below. There are a few tight nook and crannies in here, but overall pretty open, easy to see. Now let's have a look at tray space. Kawasaki tray comes in at 12 inches wide, 31 inches in depth. They're actually all right at 31. The Rickter here is 12 at the front, 15 in the back, also 31 inches deep. Keep in mind you are kicking into this stuff too, which could be removed for a beginner rider. Then we get over here to the Kawi 750. We actually wind up with 13 inches, so it picks up an extra inch, also 31 in depth, like I said. And then there's a big difference in the Krash here. If you remove the footwells, you're looking at 18.5 inches of width and still a 31 of depth. So quite a bit wider tray for most people too, especially if you remove the footholds while you're learning to ride it. Now we'll touch a little bit on handle pulls, but obviously they can be shortened and changed to anybody's liking. But your old stock 440/550 is going to be way back here, setting you way back in the tray. A lot of weight back here, and they just don't handle very well. Your Richter's more neutral up here, and of course it could be an over the pivot, which would be up here a couple inches even further yet. But it is a bit off the bottom of the tray, so a little bit more difficult for people to get up on their first time if they don't know the techniques. The Kawi 750 also wraps clear around down into here, so it's easy for people to learn on, but however, poor handling because you're so far back on the ski. And the Krash is a lot like the Rickter with the stock setup on the handle pull, where it's kind of more neutral and the handling's a lot better. Once again, a little harder for a beginner to get up unless they learn the secrets of doing it. Now I know we don't have time to cover all the aspects on here, and of course there's the bottom of the hull and how the rocker design is and how each one is made to be used and so on. And there's obviously a wide range of stand-up skis that we have left out of this, but this just gives you kind of a quick overview and some things to consider before you pick out your next jet ski. And I'm a firm believer in you do live every day, but you only live once. And if you got the money and some good credit, you might as well buy your nice toys and be able to play with them. If you keep them in good shape, they'll have good resale value. Hopefully this was helpful for some people. Please hit like and subscribe.